Because I was going through your that literature, it is bit difficult to remember that, that agara, uddesha, nimitta, linga, So if you can explain it a little more, I have a primary reading of it, but you explained that well, but it is bit difficult to figure out what is. Example, you said a knee pain, and then where is what is that? Linga, nimitta, nāma, rūpa. Can you shortly explain that little bit more?
Sure, I can. Why shortly? I can make it a long one. No problem.
Because you already told that, right? So
no, it's okay. And as many times, because there's the most complicated one is consciousness and name and form. If you can find that out, and that's it, you're done. This is what is the panya vimukti. Actually, if you are not on cheto vimukti path, then you can do panya vimukti. The problem is panya vimukti people is that they should be on vipachitanyo or ugatitanyo. Because let's say I'm drinking this coffee. Coffee is where? In this, or in the tongue, or in the mind. What do you think?
Mind.
Can you say that again, please?
This coffee.
Mind.
Wait, Veena. Wait. I'll give you a chance and talk as much as you want. This coffee is in the tumbler here, okay, or is in the taste, or in the mind. Where do you think the coffee is?
Is there everywhere?
Everywhere. Okay. Nice. Now, which is the rūpa and which is the nāma?
Rūpa is that Mahabhutas, which is there in that what you like when you see with the eye, you can see comprehend the elements, and then with the sound also. So
take coffee. Take coffee. Don't go somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm talking about the coffee.
Okay.
There is a rūpa of that shape of that glass, or maybe the water inside.
Okay.
And
hold on. Hold on. I'll do like this. Okay, just like a child doing like this. Okay, so like a child, I'm doing like a child. Now ensuring that not even a drop of coffee is left here. So now I keep it back. Now the coffee is gone. Now in this whole process, from making to keeping to drinking to licking and to keeping it back, which is the nāma portion and which is the rūpa portion? In this coffee.
Is it Vilas in that all process from making and drinking, this nāma and rūpa is changing, right?
Nāma and rūpa don't change. They don't change. There's nothing called changing. They are there. That's all.
Yeah, they are there. But what do you think as nāma and rūpa in the initial time when you are looking at the coffee or making it, and when you are drinking it or seeing it? That's what I mean. It is even in that whatever you are written, I felt like that every when you're seeing, tasting, smelling, every time these things are changing, or means different nāma and rūpa.
No, I don't know where you are misunderstood on that. Anyway, so let's take this example of coffee. Coffee is just a designation. So you have to come like that. It's adivachana. Okay. As soon as there is an adivachana, the consciousness layers it out, meaning it will pick it up. So just like Vilas and just like coffee, the two are the same labels. There's no difference in the label. So now that label is adivachana. Now adivachana samphassa. That is, there is a contact with something. So like milk, sugar, coffee, you mix and then you say this is coffee. Just like bones, skin, flesh, intestines, etc., forms this body. In the same way, coffee means amalgamation or addition of all of these ingredients. But what it picks up is not this individual elements. It takes the compiled or condensed data. So it is what we can say, it is already polished. Say this is coffee. So you don't have to necessarily now get into, oh, this is made out of milk and sugar and coffee beans, or coffee beans roasted or whatever it is and powdered and etc. Not required. So the nāma portion is the phassa, the contact. Adhivachana samphassa, that is when you define what is coffee, it is now taken as coffee, as real. As this body is defined as 32 parts, but you don't have to take the 32 parts because you have vilas. Simple. So when I take it like that, or when the mind takes it like that, it creates a rūpa. That means it creates a coffee. There's no coffee out there, but it creates a coffee. This milk and sugar and all of that in the tumbler here is no coffee, but it's created because it is designated. That's what Buddha is explaining in Mahanidana Sutta, where he says, Ananda, in the Namakaya and Rupakaya, if you take it like that, if there were no Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Manasikara not being there, can there be a resultant impression on the Rupakaya? That means, can this be called as coffee, to experience it as coffee? And the answer is no, because I need to first define what is coffee, and then the vijnana joins it up to experience coffee. So when I say coffee is very good, what I'm trying to say is the adhivachana samphassa, that is, you describe through a language what it is, and patigha samphassa, which is the striking of that whatever is here, is combined, is locked into a phassa contact. Now, phassa pachaya vedana. So now the feeling comes that this is a good coffee. It's not just good, it's a good coffee or it's a bad coffee. Because the coffee remains. So coffee is a sanya, which is created out of this adhivachana samphassa, the description, and patigha samphassa, which is the striking. So he's asking, can there be an impression on the rupakaya if the definition itself is not there on the namakaya? One. Second scenario, there is no milk and sugar and coffee and tumbler. Can you still call it as a coffee? Can you designate it as a coffee? No, because there is no rupakaya. So the namakaya will not be there. So if you take one, the other one will not be there. If you take out the namakaya, the rupakaya will not be there. If you take out the rupakaya, the namakaya will not be there. Only when the namakaya and rupakaya coming together, then you can say that I'm enjoying coffee. Got the point? So I took coffee. Now this licking thing is still a label. Is the tongue touching this is a label. So then the question comes, how would a child know it? This is English or Tamil or Kannada or Malayalam or whatever language, or Chinese. But what the child? What about the one-day child? Can it have nāma and rūpa? It's a very intriguing question, and the answer is yes. As soon as the child is born, it starts touching itself. Right? It'll take its leg and put it in the mouth, or it'll take its finger, puts in the mouth, or does something. That is how it recognizes the nāma portion of it with the rūpa. There is something which is obstructing it, or it is doing something. So it is taking its finger, doing something. It doesn't have the definition, but it knows what it is. How? It has phassa. How did the phassa happen? When there is a contact between two things, between the object and the subject. Eyes and the sight, or the ears or the sound, or the taste and the touch, tongue and the taste. So then when it puts the finger in the mouth, it starts sucking. This starts sucking. Right? If you've seen a child, it does that. With every object it finds, it sucks it out to the tongue. So the mother starts pulling it. It just knows to suck. It can either suck the nipple of the mother, or it can suck the nipple of the bottle, or it sucks whatever it sucks. So it just takes it on doing that. Why? That's how the samphassa is for it. Now, because of the samphassa, there is vedana, there is some feeling. It gets a pleasant feeling, it gets a painful feeling, and then it gets a painful feeling, it cries. The pleasant feeling, it says, and then the mother thinking, all that. It's actually not reacting to that. It has got nothing to do with what you're doing or what you're saying. It's just doing nāma and rūpa. So the vijnana catches on the nāma and rūpa as a food. So as soon as it puts like this, it's enjoying. So the mother tries pulling it up, pulling it out. It cries. Why? Because you're cut off its feeling. The pleasure is removed, so it gets pain. Then again it puts back. Again you try pulling it. Again it puts. And then the mother thinks that it is hungry because it's putting like this. So what the mother does, she puts her breast into that mouth and it starts sucking. It was sucking here. Now it is sucking that, but it is sucking basically. So when we look at the nāma and rūpa with vijnana, it sucks. That's what Buddha says. It keeps on sucking. So vijnana is the bija. It keeps sucking, it keeps sucking, it keeps sucking. It just does that. Even today we are sucking. We're sucking objects. We're sucking food, we're sucking entertainment, we're sucking office, we're sucking everything. Every relationship we suck. We're just sucking. Because these are the only two things we do. Suck with nāma. So when there is a phassa, Buddha is asking this question, Ananda, can there be a phassa contact without the nāmakaya being there or the rūpakaya being there? Meaning, if you don't give the finger, can the child still suck the finger? And the answer is no. Now you give a bottle. It holds a bottle like this. It's not able to put it inside the mouth. So what it does? It cries. It's not this bottle, milk bottle. It is some other bottle. So it first takes it in the leg, places it like this, puts it in the mouth, is trying to play, and then it cries because this thing is not entering into the mouth. It cries. In the same way, As an adult, I would like to have this object. It is not fitting in me. Either I'll cut the object to my size or I will make myself fit into that size. Whichever way it works, I will try to do it. Clear? So, this coffee, what I'm drinking, is made up of Patigga Sampas on one side and Adivachana Sampas on the other side. So this is the Rupakaya for which the definition should be given that this is what is coffee. If there were no definition of coffee, can you still enjoy a coffee? It is impossible. So what you do, when you drink it, you'll ask the other person, what is this? He says, that's coffee. Now you ask the ingredients. With what did you make it? Then they give a list of ingredients. And that's how you map it. Now you have Namakaya, you have Rupakaya. Now the Vijnana comes that this is coffee. It cognizes that, oh, for this Nama, what I just now had, which is Passa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Manasikara, and this side, which is having these four elements, of these two combination, when I come together, I can say this is coffee. Now what he does, he will do an extraordinary feat now. He will try to learn how to make coffee and go and buy the beans from outside, okay, and then brew it. Aroma. Which aroma? It's just a smell, but he made it as a coffee aroma now. Because he asked, what is that? They said it's coffee beans. It smells like this? Yes. I like it. So then he or she brews the coffee and makes a decoction and then gets it ready, boils the milk, puts the sugar, and pours it in the tumbler like this. And now there is a adivachana that this is South Indian coffee, or rather Karnataka coffee. Coffee is coffee, but putting in this tumbler, okay, this steel tumbler makes it Karnataka. But it was just coffee a minute ago. No, wait, you didn't put it in the cup. You put it here. That is Karnataka coffee. So in Karnataka coffee, you need to have something like this. So you take a porcelain thing like this, put it, and hand it over to the person. This traditional coffee. So all of this is Nama Rūpa. Now this is the Rūpa, this portion, and how it is defined is the Nama. So when you say traditional, it gets into the Vijnana. This is traditional. So then I'll ask him, how should I drink it? Because you have handed over with me with this. I would say, you know what? If you don't mind, you can drink it like this. Is it? You drink like that? Yes. So now the mind will say, bend. It's nice. Tell me one thing, Vilas. Just because we put it like this, the taste is coming like this, I'll say yes. And he will take it. Now what he does, he goes home, in whichever country he's residing, he will take like this and he'll start drinking. In Mylapore, Chennai, the same Mylapore is there in Mountain View. Now they give it two tumbler, one tumbler and one steel thing to hold. So you can pour it in that and drink in both. Right? Nobody says that you should drink like this. And take that, put it like this, and drink. And that's really traditional South Indian coffee. So when I go and stand in the line to buy a coffee, he would ask me, strong? And I would say, yeah, I think strong. But if I could speak in Tamil, he knows exactly what I'm saying. But we fake in English in Mylapore, not the Chennai Mylapore, but the Mountain View Mylapore. So then I fake it. speak in English and he also speak in English. Then I say, yeah, a little bit strong. Wow, 1 or 2 or 3. I think 2 would do. What is 2? Is adhivachana. And what is the nāma here? Is manasikara. He's making up his mind to put 2 here instead of 1. So he puts a coffee and again puts a little bit of decoction on top of that and say, here's your 2. Nice. So first is the nose. Aha. From where did you pick it? Say, yeah, this is in South India. We have in Karnataka, there's a place called Coorg where they make coffee. So this is brewed in Coorg. Okay, nice one. Can I have some of these beans? Yeah, next time we bring in Mailapo, you can give us a call and then you can buy the beans or you can brew it yourself. So then in Mountain View, I go and buy this stupid thing called as coffee by paying around $5, I think $5 or $8, whatever that dollar is, and then buy it and then have a nice sip of coffee. And I say to Ariu and Chirag, we've been having that every day almost, not every day, at least 4-5 times we have gone to Mailapo. Now, say, what a place to be. And his favorite was Madras Cafe, which is again a nāma and rūpa. There's no Madras Cafe. There's no Madras in Mountain View, for sure. But that place is Madras. Now you start the taste of Madras. So when he lands in Madras, now it is called Chennai, but he still feels Madras because his mind, adhivachana, with patigha samphasa. So when he lands in Chennai, he will go where? He'll go to Mailapo, where Vrinda knows it very well because she was in Chennai or Madras for a long time. So let's say we all go to Chennai. And then what do? From Bangalore, we drive to Chennai just to have Mailapo coffee. That makes sense. That's how we go. Because now you have an adhivachana, you have a patikha. Then come together. There's a conscious experience of Mailapo coffee. Did I confuse you a lot, Bobby, with your question?
No, Vilashi, I'm trying to comprehend it, how it works, because there are a lot of steps you told. Like, I understand adhivachana and the pati, whatever striking, and also, the passa happens, then the vedana happens. I was trying to reflect on it. But you also said that namakaya and rūpakaya, right?
Yeah.
So that difference, sometimes.
What is there sometimes? Namakaya is 5 and Rupakaya is 8. That's it.
Yeah, but then there is that how that agara, nimitta, linga. And
no, first you should understand this, and then we can put these 4 questions to that.
Yeah, that I understand. It is a 4 elements.
Now, Mailapo, does it have a akara? It does.
Yeah, yes, it has.
It has. It has a linga. It has a characteristics. It has its own characteristics. So what's the characteristics? It is neutral gender. There's no gender associated with it. It's just neutral. Nimitta. Isn't there a symbol called Mailapo? And there's a purpose, uddesha, for what it is. Why am I calling this as Mailapo? Let's just say there's an experience provider in that uddesha.
So this is all part of Rūpakaya.
It's part of both. Without that, you can't associate a vijnana. So you cut these 2 off and there's nothing you can experience. And that's it. That's the end of journey.
So this all has a part of Rūpakaya and Namakaya.
You just check the Mahanidana Sutta, DN 15, and you will find that. He'll say the same thing for both Namakaya and Rūpakaya.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was a bit confusing. So it is common for both. Okay.
Yeah, see, if this cannot be designated, no matter what you put inside this, you can't experience it. So it should have an uddesa. Uddesa means purpose. What this is going to serve. If that is not there, then there's no experience of it. Because the aspect of consciousness is to cognize and give you the experience. So then you can't experience. Just like if you don't define what's a wife, you can't experience a wife at all. So Marin as a wife, and then you can experience her. Marin as a friend, you can experience her because there's a definition of a friend. Marin as Marin has no experience because it doesn't fit into this now.
There's no designation.
There's no designation. If there's no designation, what will you experience out of it? Nothing. Right now, let's say I and you are friends. So then you have to define what's a friend. And then only this thing will happen.
Yeah.
If there is nothing, if there is no language to define it, let's say you're speaking Malayalam, which I don't know. I'm speaking Kannada, which you don't know, let's say. And then how do we communicate?
Yeah. So there should be something, some definition should be there, right?
So in this, you are speaking in Malayalam, I'm speaking Kannada. Can there be a conscious experience of Bobby?
No.
No.
Because you know, a few words, you can get a sense of it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So somebody is talking and you can't make anything out of it. You just stand like this, doing nothing.
Yeah. So when I see some other, Chinese or something, when I see, I can't understand anything.
Exactly. And your expression will be blank. It's neutral. Because you are not able to experience anything, whatever he's saying.
But I can experience him as a Chinese, not the meaning or anything.
Yes, you can experience the language, the tone at which he's speaking. So you still experience that. Because
but
still
it's very neutral.
Yes, it is having a basic one rather than a profound one, meaning there's nothing you can experience out of it. Like if I say a song, Gatha, like this, which you don't know the meaning, but yet the music seems to be very good. So if I recite like this, Hirasa Vigata Mohasa Pabhinna Kilasa Vijita Vijayasa. Now you can enjoy. Why? Because now it is in Pali and you feel that Pali is Buddha's language, so I will enjoy. You already created a Namakaya and a Rupakaya, right? Now you know the Akara. Akara as in the verbal form. Linga, it's a masculine. Nimitta, you have made it Pali. Uddesa, purpose of that. It's a Gatha. So now you have a real experience of the song or the Gatha. So if I say further, if I say Anighas Susamachitas Uddhasilas, like that, if I keep on saying, you won't understand anything what I'm saying, but still you will feel good vibration.
Yeah. Good vibration.
Yeah, that's what the assistant teacher tells in the Goenka technique, that okay, you just keep on hearing Goenka ji has a good vibration, and that's Namakaya and Rupakaya. The moment you say vibration or energy or something, that's a Namakaya Rupakaya which created Phassa. And the Phassa, when it happens, you will have a consciousness taking over that. So, chakuncha paticcha rupecha upajjati chakku vinyanam. Now, in that vinyana, you're seeing Goenka or you're seeing Pali, whatever it is. Inna sangati passo. Now the contact has happened because of the Namakaya and Rupakaya. So the Rupakaya representing Goenka and the Namakaya is a definition of Goenka. So then when Goenka recites it, you feel, Wow. And the tears will start to flow. Otherwise, there were no tears. So you created the tears. There was no tears. The tears came because of this association. The vijnana, the consciousness was never there. It came because of nāma and rūpa. So when Goenka starts reciting, let's say we take one just for the sake of it, and then let me mimic him so that it makes it even more authentic, right? So let me start. So if I do like this, let's say, and I'm closing my eyes, and now I find Goenka in nāma, Goenka in the rūpa. So the phassa happened, and then I am having this Vedana. Tinna sangati phasso, phassa pacche Vedana. So how did Goenka enter into my stream? It entered into stream of my consciousness through the sota, hearing. Upajitva nirujanti tesanavpasamusukha anek jati sansaran sandhavi sannanin bisan. That's good enough for me to get hooked onto it. And then now I feel, aha, so nice. Because I've been told good vibration. So now I'm looking for that vibration. Now, where is the vibration coming in? The vibration is coming in from Goenka. But actually it's coming from the player. There's no Goenka out there. So what do we do? To get it authenticated, what do we do? If you go to the VRI, they put two empty chairs. A visual representation as though Goenka and his wife are sitting. Right? And the next to two chairs, one for a female assistant teacher, one for a male assistant teacher. So basically, you put four chairs, two chairs to represent Goenkaji and Mataji, and other two for assistant teachers. So you start to feel, meaning you means assistant teacher starts to feel that Goenka and Mataji are looking at these two people. And that's the power of consciousness. It is a magician. Now, magically, in your mind frame, Goenka arises with Mataji. So, if I am a follower of Goenka, then what happens? I feel blissed out because this whole drama is created by the consciousness with Nama Rupa and this. So, Vijnana Pache Nama Rupa Pache Vijnana, now it's going in circles. And that's the mirage feeling. Because it seems like something is there, but there's nothing there. Like in the Pomona Center, Bobby, we saw two chairs and this one and all that, right? Why this paraphernalia? To give an authentic look that Goenkaji is still there watching us. So then you have to create a story. And then because of Adhivachana, the story begins. So what happens? Yam vedeti tam sanjanati, yam sanjanati tam vitaketi. Now I've come to look at what is Goenkaji and what is Mataji. So then I given a introduction to Vipassana Research Institute and what all did he do and how did he come to India and blah blah, all of that. Yam vitaketi tam papancheti. Now my worldview is Goenka. Now Goenka is established in the mind. Yam papancheti tatotam nidana purisa. That is, nidana means origin. That is where this started. Tatotam nidana. That is how it started. Purisa, that person, what will he do? He will start to do papancha sanya sankha samudacharanti. That means papancha sanya sankha means sankham gachati means adding it up. He keeps on now adding to whatever is there. So now we will say, you know what, this happened, that will happen, this will happen. So create a puff up, puff up, puff up, puff up, as though yes, really something is happening. That's happening because of adivachana. There is no patigha, like a rūpa of Goenka coming right now, but you create a mental frame right here because of the adivachana. So now what happens? Samudacharanti, that is, say, keep on adding it up. Atita, in the past, Goenkaji did like this. In the future, Goenka will be like this. So they have said that he is a bodhisattva, is going to come back, and even Ubakin is going to come back, and blah blah. All that story will start. Anagata, Pachuppanna, right now. This is the best ever technique ever found. Atita Anagata Pachuppanna. With what? Chakku Vinyane Surupesu. That is, now I am seeing Goenkaji's photograph and all of that. So now it is etched on my consciousness. And that etching is hard to remove. Why? Just scratch.
The scratch is Padika, right?
Scratch is not particular. Scratch is Sankhara.
Shankara.
Just scratch it. Just keep on scratching it. So you're making sure that the consciousness keeps on landing there. So when we go to Pomona Center, Bobby, when you're driving, or Sajal is driving, he's not driving to Pomona place. He's driving to VRI place or the Rasmi place or whatever it is called as. Actually, your mind is established there. It's established. So you literally physically going with the mental connection. So the nāma is catching onto the rūpa. And now when I go there, I'm going to say I'm going for a 10-day retreat. The 10-day represents the nāma for sitting there, which is a rūpakaya. You're not doing anything different. You're exactly doing what you're doing at your house, to stand, to sit, to walk, and to sleep. Other than this activity, you're not going to do anything. But the Namakaya gives you an experience that you're doing something because of the passa, because how it is defined. Now I will say, I need a longer course. Oh, you know what? Pomona Center is now coming up with a long course. Now they are building, the building is happening, like Shaniel was explaining, oh, what all is happening on the day. I think you didn't attend, I just attended, or whatever it was there. So he was explaining about that. So now all of those would seem like there's something going to happen. And then you're bought into it. So then what happens? The Nama, Rupa and Vijnana keeps on circling itself. Yeah, some call.
Sorry, I declined it.
Okay. So then it keeps on going in circle. Now, Nama feeds onto the Rupa, Rupa feeds onto the Nama in a fashion which creates a Vijnana. Now the Vijnana is an established Vijnana of Pomona Center. So the moment I say Pomona, goosebumps will start. Why? Because an experience happening right here, right now, at your place. We're still at your place. We are not reached Pomona. At your place. And you say, Vilasji, you see how my hairs are standing on the other side. Why? Because that's created by Vijnana. So now we both will go, and Marin says that even I would like to join to the Pomona Center. Now we three are going. Now, I have no clue of Pomona Center. You both are veteran in Pomona Center. So for me, it's the first time. So I have no nāma rūpa experience with Vijnana. Whatever you're saying is the only Pomona Center. But what if when we park the car and we go inside, am I not entering into VRI? Yes. And that's the starting point of the dukkha. But now there is a craving, either to possess it or to reject it, because it's created. What should I do? After the car is parked, just see what the reality is. It's just a building. You can write whatever you want on that. It doesn't matter. So then the question comes, is there a VRI in Pomona? It's just a building. There are rooms. Yes, agreed. This garden, agreed. But all are named things. They are not by itself real. Garden is created. Building is created. Everything is created. Anything that is created is destroyed. Yam kinchi samudaya dhammam, sabbam tam nirodha dhammam. If I know this much, will I ever associate with Pomona Center? No. Because just a sanya, that's just a symbolization. There is no Pomona Center. So then that's it. No dukkha. You come out of dukkha. Because the sanya was creating dukkha. You remove the sanya, that's gone. You can see it arising and passing away. When you park the car, Pomona Center is there. When you take the car out, no Pomona Center is there. When you land in Brisbane, it seems to be in Brisbane. When you fly out of Brisbane, the Brisbane is gone. It arose because of the condition. It went away when the condition was removed. And that's the end of Patisamutpada. So now,
So this person, Sanya is the problem, right?
that's what he says in the Kalaha Vivada Sutta. Have you not seen that?
Yeah, we have seen that.
Yeah, he says,
Yeah. When
Visanya
you go to
Sanni.
different places,
Yeah.
people fight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all Sanya. Perception. Now, when I take a perception of Pomona Center, I have only two choices, Bobby. Either to agree to it and say, wow, what a center. Or I say, I don't know why they're wasting money and time and all that. Only two choices I have. Because I don't have the third one, because I'm already in moha, delusion. I'm deluded either way. Deluded to believe. Yes.
But if you go there and make use of that facility and everything and come back, then you are in in neutral, right?
You shouldn't be mentally using any facility. Physically, you use whatever you want. Mentally, don't create it. That's what Buddha says. Don't create anything in the mind. In the moment you create it, you are in dukkha. Physically, you going there, it makes no difference. You can sit in the shunyagara, you can sit in the dhamma hall, you can sit wherever you want, it's fine. But are you doing it mentally? And that's a problem. I say when Mrityunjay comes and we can take him to this Pomona Center and we can see his face, how it lightens up. It lightens up. You can see. Why? He's enjoying it. And the moment is enjoying, there is rag. And that's it. You're out of Nibbana. There's no thing called Nibbana because you're already relishing it. And when you relish it, you're relishing dukkha because it's created. There is no Pomona Center. 100%. It's just a building. Like in Sunnyvale, they took over a church and made it into a temple. You think there was a temple there to begin with? There was a church. And they sold the church. And somebody bought the church in Sunnyvale. Now you have all kind of deities in that temple. So if I'm a South Indian or a Tamilian, I have a Muruga temple. It beats my mind. How did you get a temple there? You have got a Murga temple. Now, if you are a North Indian, you have a Rama temple, the same place. And you have all kind of temples there. You name the god and you have it there.
So, Vilashi, like when you say about the temples and this meditation center, for me, because we are practicing this Buddha's teaching, and we definitely feel that there is this right view, samadhi is there in that the key element. So when you go there and you know that many people are benefiting by practicing there, and you feel some joy, mudita there. So is that relishing or anything? Is it?
Yes, it is.
That feeling is there. Right? Why we can't have that feeling?
You can have, but it is limited. You can't go beyond it. You will be stuck with the kama loka. You will not be able to get out of kama loka. Because everything that
mudita is the quality of Brahma lokas, right? Brahma.
No. The actual mudita is totally different than what you're seeing them meditating and all that. That is a limited one. So you have to go to the unlimited, appameya. So you have to go to the highest one. I'm not saying this is not good. It is good. This is definitely good.
But when you have that in the smaller level, we can develop it, right?
You need to develop it. You can't stay there. See, the objective of Buddha Dhamma is not to negate there is no sensuality, is to not stick there. There's something better than that. In the same way, there is something better than Goenka technique. There's something better than some other technique. It's all technique. It's just like tool. There's something better than that. But that doesn't mean that it has no significance at all. No, that's wrong. There is significance. So there is Pomona Center. As far as we can create it, yes, it's there. So you can go and use it. Absolutely fair. And you can be grateful to whatever is being provided, grateful to Goenka and all of that. It is true. But you have to transcend it. Otherwise, you get stuck there. Because the nāma rūpa with vijnana will not allow the mind to get further away from that. It just keeps on rotating there. So we need to cut it.
Actually, one more question. This Vedana, Sanya, Chedana, Pasu, Mansigara, Idam Buchadi. So that is the definition Buddha given in that sutta you shared for nāma. Is there any? Normally, Buddha says everything in some order, right? So why this is said in this order, or just he said this is the ingredients? Because
no, at a what we can say, at a highest level, you take a highest level, not the starting level. It's the Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Phassa, Manasikara. That's the right order. But for a person like me who is yet to come into the proper fold, I should take it Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Manasikara. Because without contact, there can't be feeling. Otherwise, I'm getting confused because Buddha himself says the chakuncha paticca rupe choppajati chakku vinyanam tinna sangati phasso, then Vedana. But here he has put Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Phassa, Manasikara. So that looks very weird. Is it by mistake or is this or that? So it's not like that.
Phassa came later.
Phassa came later. Yeah. Why? Yeah. Because the Manasikara is dependent on Phassa. And hence, his experience, that is at a arhat level, it's Phassa creating Manasikara, not these smaller things like Vedana, Sanya, Chetana. They are like children. They have got nothing to do with. It's a Phassa which is a problem. And that creates Manasikara. Yoniso Manasikara, Ayoniso Manasikara is happening because of the contact. You cut the contact and then you get Yoniso Manasikara. You have a contact and then it becomes Ayoniso Manasikara. And hence he creates it like that. So initially, Bobby, when I was unenlightened, I used to fight with this series because I used to feel, have they done mistake? Or then I started to feel, oh, even in sutta there is a lot of fabrication, somebody would have changed it, all that thing happened. But when I got into Anagami, I knew why he's saying that. I have no doubts on both, this way and that way.
Good to hear that, because I'm not the only one thinking like that.
No. I had this problem. I think I struggled with this thing for more than 6-8 months, not less, constantly trying to find out what it is. And Visuddhimagga took me to a totally different way of understanding. And then it's like I went to a forest rather than going to a city. I felt Visuddhimagga is even more horrible to me, because there is commentary about this. And he starts explaining to me from past, present, and future in Patisamutpada. Then that time I felt, boss, here it's enough. It's too much. It's like I wanted to go to Chicago, but I ended up in Canada, which I didn't want to do. Anyway.
So, as a like a person who has come to this level of understanding, you're sure that whatever Buddha says in some order, or whatever he puts that frame, it has a meaning. It has a definite meaning.
You will experience in that way.
Yeah.
Like when I was,
even though he says in some other order somewhere else,
that's
but
okay.
there is
That's okay.
Yeah.
Because when I was Sotapanna, I was not experiencing this. When I was Sakatagami, little bit I started experiencing it. But when I became an Ananagami, started experiencing profound. But now it is even more profound. Literally, I can see why he is putting something in this way, and exact experience I'm getting. Whatever he is putting there, and the same experience I'm getting.
So in many suttas, like when somebody asks some question to some of his Buddha students, then they go back and tell Buddha, and Buddha also experience the same way, and they say that oh, student is like the same like teacher like student. So if I ask this to anybody whom I think that who are developed, certain somewhere near to you, they will also understand this in this way.
They
right?
should. Try this stunt with Shaniel when I and he going to meet.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to plan.
You should do all of this.
So I can confirm.
Yeah, you should. Anyway, he doesn't know anything about sutta. So if I explain to him, and then you should ask him, you should cross question him, that do you really see it this way, or you're just agreeing because Vilas is saying so? And you'll see the difference.
Yeah, maybe I can also ask him before you come, so that he will
I have no problem. But I doubt whether he knows the sutta route completely. For you to ask him.
But he told me many times, he can distinguish all these things differently.
Now, then you ask him. Then you
ingredients.
Ask him. Yeah, you ask him. He should be able to do so. Even Ravindra should be able to do so without knowing the sutta. Maybe we can ask him. I think today is at work, and he might not be able to speak. But you can ask him the same question. He should be able to do so.
That's the beauty of Dhamma, right? If anybody will reach that level, will say.
Yeah, it will do the same thing. It's just like Bobby. Let me explain to you in this way. You are taking care of Michael, right? And then somebody is taking care of Michael. Will you take care of the same way as he's going to take care of it as far as the role goes? And the answer is yes. No matter who is doing it, it doesn't matter, right? You should, if these are the things what you need to do for Michael, whether you take over or somebody takes over is the same thing. Yeah. Maybe here and there some difference because how you would really do something and versus that person, but overall it will be the same.
The process is the same.
Process is the same. So So I doubt whether Shaniel is going to tell something totally different than what I'm saying. Maybe you should try that out more and more, and then poke him and say that, okay, I don't know how you can be called as an anagami. I have a doubt, so let me try it this way.
I ask him sometimes. All this whatever I'm hearing from you.
And then what does he say?
No, he says it is because I nowadays he's very busy, right? Whenever I go and stay with him, not here in the talk, all these things, whatever you are saying, then I think 99% of the things, I can't remember anything he disagreed, but he confirmed that, whatever Vilashi is saying, it is right. I can feel that you have experienced it.
Yeah. So just like a teacher, so the student. So you should say that, like, word to word, phrase to phrase like that.
Yeah.
Oh, just like a teacher, so the student.
Yeah. Now, I heard that. I read that in many times in the suttas, right? So
Yeah.
it cannot be changed.
Can't be changed. See, the thing is like this, Bobby. Till you reach a particular place, you will always have some kind of confusions. When you reach the place, you will never have a confusion. Just like you land in Pomona meditation center. Before that, you are looking at your Google map or something like that and trying to say where you're turning right or left or whatever that is. But when you are in Pomona, will you have a doubt about Pomona? No matter who reaches there, Pomona is going to be there, right?
Yeah.
So where's the doubt? Whether Raju comes there first or Janak comes there first or you come there first or whoever comes there first, doesn't matter. You have landed in Pomona. Just like you land in Brisbane International Airport, and that's true. And irrespective who lands there, the same experience.
Yeah.
It can't be anything.
Now, one thing is sure, whenever he talks to you, when he's in some doubt or something, he gets a lot of clarification. The other day also he was telling that, because after he's in Fiji now, right?
Yes, he's in Fiji. Yes.
He had, he feeling some sadness or something, no enjoyment of all those things. Then he had a talk with you, and he told, that is quite natural, and he was coming and telling here that, Vilas is, knows exactly where I am here, and because he is ahead of me and all he is sitting.
You will get that. I told Shaniel, boss, that's the reason I said it takes you 4 months. I told that to Ravindra also. By next month or next month and a half, he will go into literal depression, that he'll lose interest in the whole work. In fact, he is working for Air India and he will lose interest. I think he would have started losing interest by now. And then, so then by next few weeks, he will feel, what's the point? You have to fill it up. Otherwise, it becomes really boring. And then because you start to see there's nothing in this world which can occupy you. So you lose, meaning you just give up. You feel not worth it.
But Abhilashi, I know you from last maybe 1 year, more than 1 year, but you seems to be always very happy. Your happiness are endless.
I know how to
Like animated.
animate.
Animate. Oh.
Yes, I learned animating. In fact, Lata is there in this call. So she used to ask me, why do you animate? I mean, with her, I don't. I would like to have some fun. Otherwise, there is no fun in my life.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
For me,
yes, go ahead.
no. For me personally, if that animation is not there, it might be a bit boring.
Yes, it's boring for everyone. So I do all this animation just to keep people in good, joyous state. Otherwise, if I really go my natural state, it would become too serious.
But that is the quality of each person, right? Everybody cannot do that, even if they have reached your level.
No, they can't. They can't. This is a different quality.
Yeah, because some people are, even though they are very, very serious sometimes.
I can't make Shaniel do something like what I'm doing. He will not be able to do so.
Yeah, so it is about the personality also.
This is just a personality.
Yeah. But one thing which I want to add, Vilas or Bobby, that whenever I see, he'll be talking to me something. It could be office thing, could be spiritual thing. Somebody else comes, he completely changes, and he will go and the tone and the way he talks, everything changes, and I find it completely fake.
Yes, I fake. I know I'm faking, but I love faking.
No, actually, Lataji, you are correct. I also noticed that when I was with him here, when I talked to him, it was different. When somebody, he totally there, and so it is amazing how he deals with
So somehow, if he tries to act like me, for example, whoever comes in front of him, he acts like that person. Then I would find it completely fake, and then I wouldn't be able to talk to him properly.
Sometimes everybody get confused also, maybe.
Yeah, that's true, and he will enjoy. Yeah, I mean, he's always acts as if he's very happy and very happy to see the person in front of him, and then that is the best person he has met right now, and he goes along with them. The same way.
Yeah.
I'm 100% fake.
Yeah, you are fake. I can see through it, unfortunately.
It's okay. Just to make people happy. My thing is, I don't want them to feel depressed in life. So little bit of smile and laughter, if I can bring in them, it's so nice. So when I'm with Annabelle, Bobby, I will become Annabelle. So I will talk exactly to the uh, tone and everything, and she would feel very comfortable. If I'm with Ashley, I can't be like Annabelle, right? I'll be something with Ashley. So if you see, I'm with Marin, I literally fake it to a degree that she feels so comfortable with me, but I have got nothing to do with it. And with Janak and Deepthi and all of that.
Yeah, but then one thing is that later on, these people all have some perception of this anagami, or very high levels of this. So when you are in that, then sometimes, okay, is it all this,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
yeah.
matter. Why
At
it
that
doesn't?
time, at that time, everybody is happy. In that
Yes,
present time.
I'm only looking at the present moment. That in the present moment, I'm making people happy.
Yeah.
See, let's look at this case. Lata said what she said. I agree. Let's take my brother as an example. If I become really serious, that guy will die because he doesn't have even a parent. I'm parenting him. So I need to come to his level and have some fun. And he keeps on talking some stupid thing. I have to accept to all that he's talking. And okay, but what to do? I can't be really serious. In fact, I'm more serious, to be honest. And with that, he feels uncomfortable. If I really become serious, like what we'll be talking with Lata, then it is going to become a really problem. So when her team members comes, I literally change. I'll change to their way of talking, uh, or being part of them. Uh, I don't care whether they take me anagami, no anagami, it doesn't matter to me. All that I did is I brought some happiness in their life
At that moment.
at that moment. See, for me, giving happiness to someone is more important than maintaining some level. I'm saying that, hey, you know what, I'm anagami or some. I don't have any ego. At least Lata can now tell me how much ego is remained. She asked me this question a few days ago, so she can comment if she wants to do so.
Yeah, yes. I think earlier I've been interacting with Villas from 2019 onwards. No, that time he had a huge spiritual ego. You say, I have understood everything. Why you guys are not getting? He used to try to hammer it inside us. I used to tell him that it is your we are not at your level, you will not understand. He said, I got it. Why you are not getting it? I feel so sorry for you. All these kinds of statements he used to say. Only recently, after he has told that he has, because I keep seeing him more often than any of you keep seeing him, right? I have close proximity with him almost daily during those times. Now, only after he said he has reached that stillness for last 90 days or 100 days or something, I really can see that spiritual ego is reduced. But I don't think it has not 100% gone, Vilas. I don't know. I'm
I
not sure.
even I'm not sure. I told you, even I'm not sure.
Yeah.
One thing, Rajaji, one amazing quality of Vilas is that he takes any questions, and yeah, definitely, I feel he has very very little ego.
Yeah,
And
that is true. I
yeah,
actually I used to what do you say, pound him with questions because I was waiting for somebody to give me answers. So
yeah.
he told me that I am. He felt like if he had hair on his head, I would be pulling out everything, asking questions.
I I
So
think I also asked a lot of questions. Isn't it that?
yeah, I used to ask day and night lots of questions. Like you, I think you ask him questions like that. So I used to bug him like that for at least for I think 1.5 to 2 years. I used to bug him like that. So
I'm okay.
and then there is also one kind of he tries to read the mind of people with looking at the eyes. The problem for and I want him to read my mind and tell me where my spiritual
Which
obstacles
I'm
are.
not able to do.
The moment he looks, I don't know, I have not seen him changing his face. His full expression changes, and I know that he's trying to read my mind, and then he is not able to because the moment I recognize that he's reading, then that is gone. So it's like Many times I can see. And then I ask him, why do you change your expression? Without changing the expression, please read so that I will not recognize.
No, anyway,
But
I can't do that with her. I mean, I'm trying my best to to do it, and she has a very nice her reflex is too good. Even a little bit of variation in my facial thing, and she will notice it. And once she notices, the eyes will start to change, so I can't read. Whereas in every colleague I have in ABB, I read everything what that guy is thinking, how I should answer, how everything is clean. So for me to fake, it becomes really easy. Okay, so it's like somebody given me a bed of rose and say, "Why don't you sleep on this?" So I can be very comfortable, no matter whoever has come. It doesn't matter. I can just keep on watching him, and I know where to pull, and I fake. So now 99% is fake. Only 1% is real in that. Yes, Sergio.
I was thinking there's a reason for someone to have the karmic, the karmic whatever effect to become your manager. So you
Yeah.
can be fooled.
No, she is my manager, and hence I can't fool her. I can't fool anyone, not her, because she has a very, very good reflex. The moment I start seeing her and she knows I'm reading, so she will fake as though she's not seen. So that little bit of change in her eyes is sufficient to break it. I would have connected nicely, I would have connected trying to take the data, but she deflects it. What I can do.
So, Vilashi, I think what she's saying is that she will understand that you are actually reading it because your face expression changes.
Yes.
Sometimes I also feel that when you're looking at someone or somebody is talking, your face becomes serious, so they know that you are doing this. So how why don't you and do that reading without them knowing it?
That can't happen. That can't, because I need, when I'm reading, it literally is just like you're watching something, right? You become serious to watch something. You can't be relaxed and yet reading, because with humans, when you are eye to eye, you are just downloading data. So you have to be very clear on what data you want to download and what data you don't want to download. It's just like upload, download. So, and sometimes what I do is I'll place my thought in their mind. So it would be like I thinking on the other side. So after a few moments, he start talking like me. And that's exactly what I want him to do. So he becomes like a puppet. So I can now control him sitting here like that. So I need to be serious to do that. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was having a thought that why don't you like sometime, maybe not today, like and have a scenario where you try to read Bobby and I'm watching, see if you notice.
No, that would be intrusion. I generally don't intrude unless it is required, because it becomes
No, Bobby's consent, of course. Or
no,
you
no,
can
no. When I
Bobby
should, no, Aryu, that should be done without making known, and that's intrusion. And I have studied him. So for me, the study is how I need to be with Bobby. That's the only thing. I don't care what Bobby is, as long as I can mimic Bobby. So while staying at his home, I exactly mapped Bobby. So like there's no change. So he shouldn't feel I'm staying. That's my objective. He shouldn't feel I'm a burden to him, that I'm staying at his home. Like I stayed with you, Ari. I just mimicked exactly how I should stay, or with Luke, or with Chirag, or with Vrinda, or with whoever, so that they don't feel the burden of me being there. I don't want to be a burden to anyone. So I'll try to minus myself from that, so that they don't feel anything. So when I was with his children, I used to think, oh, now this girl is talking like this, so good. So let me mimic it. So I'll come down to a 16-year-old or 17-year-old person from a 54 straight down to 17. So I map it. At that level, I can speak. So then it becomes easy for Annabelle. And his elder daughter is 21. And then I can make it exactly like that. So when I'm talking to his elder daughter, and if they both are standing, I can talk to one at 17 and another one 21 at the same time. So I can come down, go up, go down, come down like this. So I can keep on doing it. That's actually slightly a painful activity, but it's nice. So I'm making them comfortable. Whether that makes me uncomfortable is a separate question. But I want to make them comfortable rather than looking at my comfort. So if I have to study Bobby without or telling that I'm studying Bobby now, that's never going to happen. At least I don't have that ability to say to someone, look, I'm studying you and I'm studying and I'm saying whatever is happening. I don't have that. At present, I don't have. If I get it, definitely. Okay, good then. So this is all his perceptions and nāma rūpa and everything. All under that. Whatever we are talking. But the thing is that none of Lata's team member know that I'm faking. Hope she doesn't tell her team members, you know what, Vilas fakes 90% of what you're seeing as expression.
They don't even know that you are spiritually advanced. So how do they even know that you're reading them? They have no clue.
Yes, that I know. Yeah. But even if you say, like in the case of Dhaval, he might.
I told to Shubhra only because I just wanted to see how he will react.
Yeah.
So then he said, okay, I will test it out. I said, yes, please go test it out. I don't know whether after that I don't remember whether he came back or not.
No, he was there. I mean, we had a discussion, but then we left it there with Prashant and myself and Shubhra. So I don't know
Okay.
what happened after that. But his way of talking to me has changed. I don't know what made him do that, but anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it's also an advantage for me to have Villa. So if somebody new comes, if they are manipulating or not, I'll ask him. Please go and check and let me know whether that person is manipulating or what kind of person is that. So
Yeah, I can find that out.
only that, only one time. First time I just want to know because I want to know whether my impression is correct. So there is somebody to cross check to really see.
Yeah. You would what your assessment would be almost right, Lata.
Yeah.
Anyway, good discussion. So let's meet. So we are done with Nama Rupa. Last final thoughts. Any question? This is a crux of Dhamma. Dhamma means not Buddha Dhamma. I'm talking about in general. You need to break this Nama Rupa to exit out of samsara. Any questions? No questions. Got it. Okay. Yes, Sergio. Last question. Oh, another question.
Yeah. Okay, last question. These four things, this akara, this linga, these four things, they're not one layered on top of each other. They're simultaneous. You need all four.
That's a good question. It's like this. To symbolize something, you need to have a shape, right? Otherwise, you can't create a shape. So you first have to have an akara. Then you should say what kind of linga it is. It's created one. See, now you see this fun. When a child is born, we look at the gender as a gender and say he's a male, right? It's a gender. And a female as a gender. So that's how we take it. Even in wirings, even in socket and switches and all of that, we say female, male, female connector, male connector, right? So we categorize. This categorization is the linga. Without that, you can't really talk to anyone. So when I say female gender, he's not going to ask, female gender, what does that mean? No, he'll just give a whole, with some whole being there. And with a male gender, he will give the male organ thing, right? So if you go to an electrical store or any store, or even in computer programming, you'll have that. So male and female is a basic identifier. But by nature, nobody is a male or a female. It's just a categorization. So when you categorize, you require linga. And then you have nimitta, which is symbolization. So now I symbolize that this is feminine, this is masculine. And then the purpose. Why am I categorizing it? There should be some purpose. And when there is a purpose, that creates an impression on the rūpakāya, the rūpa, what is coming, and now I can identify it as a feminine because it basically matches to what is defined. So the consciousness now picks that, and you have a conscious experience of female. Now that female is called as Merin. It's just a name, a nomenclature. And that is based upon the akara. So now if Merin becomes fat, Bobby is going to say, Merin, you're fat. Or if she becomes lean, and is going to say, Merin, you're lean. But actually the body is becoming fat and the body is becoming lean. No Merin is becoming fat or lean. So this is how the nimitta now works, the symbol. So she takes Merin as a symbol to say that I am Merin. So then you are telling me I am fat, but I am not fat, or I am not lean. I am not short, I am not long, and all that. And this way of identification is when it is known as niddasana, established. The consciousness is now established on long and short, tall and short, and all of that. Long and short, fat and lean, all this categorization. So the categorization, when it happens, is because of what you are presented your data with. And the presentation of data is in this way. So you should see it in this way. So when Lata said manipulative, it's actually adivachana for a patigha. Right? Whatever is striking. So that object which is coming with a mindset to manipulate, means it wants to change. So it's trying to become a different behavior system. So then you are watching the behavior. So what I do is I watch the behavior of that person with a particular scenario, and I know, he's trying to protect, means he's manipulating. If he's not trying to protect, it's unmanipulative, meaning he's okay, meaning he's willing to accept, whereas the other person is not at all willing to accept. Got it? That's how. And the person is created. It's not really person out there. It's just a mentality. There's no person. So Bobby as a person doesn't even exist. But Bobby as a mentality exists. So these are the four things. Right? So akara, linga, nimitta, uddesa. Yep.
It's just a thought. I guess a naive person versus you is that maybe a naive person also get affected by the way of seeing and perceiving by the other person. You just unknowingly got into that, but you knowingly got into that. Hence, you're not being manipulated. It seems like you're being manipulated, but you're the manipulator. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. So I know this guy is manipulating, so I will just play into the manipulation. It's just like somebody is gambling, you play into the gambling. But you're not gambling. You play into the gambling. So it's fun. So that makes him feel really comfortable with me. And then he's going to share a lot of information, which is still a manipulation for me. So I can draw all kind of information from that person. So that helps me in survival without any problem. One guy in my team, Ariu, he had said in the old building where we were, that office, one day we were walking, he said, there are many people who are staying in this organization for more than 10, 15 years. They don't know so many people. How come you know so many people in all the floors? I said, yeah, that's how it works. How do you do this? I said, I don't know, but I know people. Yeah, because every person knows you. But I have been in this office for this long. And yeah, it happens. So you play around with it. That's all.
Vilashi, that in the Mangala Sutra there is a sentence like Puttappaloga Dammehi Chittam Esana Kampati.
Asoka
So
Viragam, yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yes, I'm not having polarities, right? See, the first thing you lose when you get into Anagami stage, Sakadagami stages, you lose polarities. You can see through polarities. There's no polarity. And what is polarity? It means that you want one and you don't want the other. So you want profit, you don't want loss, because it's created. You call something profitable because it seems to be profitable, and then there's a loss. If there is a, if Lata is praising me, there should be a blame somewhere. It's going to come. You can't always have a praise and no blame. So there is a praise and blame. So if I play around with praise and I should be ready for blame, what if I take both of them same? So then that Loka Dhamma is removed. The eight polarities is gone. So name and fame can be there, but defame also will be there, and sukha and dukkha, happiness and unhappiness going to be there. So why don't I let it go? So in that way, Bobby, what happens here in the office especially, I don't have these eight. So it doesn't matter to me. I play around with that situation and just enjoy.
You are in this world, but not in this world.
Yes, I'm in this world and not in this world. Now, I've been from April 2025 till now, I've been working on a lot of presentations. I've revised it, I don't know how many number of times now. If I was a normal person, by now I'd have gone mad. Because the people who... Yes.
He's working with the Swedish guys who just keeps on going and going and going and not conclude anything. So,
yeah, I'm playing with them and I'm feeling, okay, no problem. You want me to change this? Fine. You want to change that? Fine. If I was normal, Bobby, by now I would have complained that I cannot work. Because they already reviewed it, Bobby, and now they're saying that it's not okay. So you get so frustrated. And they are not contributing. The fun part is they're not contributing. You are only doing it, and they are coming in the last and throwing it out, saying that it's not okay, that's not okay. How do you feel?
Yeah, if you're a normal person, you will go crazy.
I would have gone crazy. I would have said to Lata that I don't want to work. But it's fine. Yes, I'm just enjoying it. I say, okay, fine. You want me to change? I'll change it. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll do it again. Again, resubmit. And again, we go through it. Again, we go through it. Again, we go through it. It's nice.
yeah, you also came and complained to me.
Yes,
because it's not going anywhere.
yeah, what else to do? I'm getting... No, the thing I did that is because I am coming to the close of my tenure here and we are not moved an inch. So I was worried that, okay, why are we doing this in this way?
Yeah, I think one more thing which I want to tell. Even my boss, he's a German guy, and he has told me that he can sense a deep sense of peace within Vilas. And he has, I don't think he has spoken to you many times. I
No,
think
he's
maybe
not.
handful of times only. So I did tell him that he's a spiritual teacher, and then he said, "Yeah, I can." Even before that, he told me that actually. So that's the reason I told him that. And he likes Vilas a lot, and he wants him to be coming back after this Australian trip and so on. So he asked me also, and you'll be back. I told in March.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
So we are all fortunate to listen to him every day, right?
Yeah. That is
true.
true.
It's
And
actually
for me, it is surprising. The other people are also noticing that peace within him. That's why I think many people in the building also knows him, because automatically people will get attracted to somebody who is spiritually advanced, even if they do not know about that actually.
yeah. And like definitely, I feel that. I feel very. I think another thing is when I see if I have a doubt, nobody like anytime if I call, okay, I'm ready, Bobby now. He never says that I'm busy or in spite he is dealing with many people, or he will never say that. Come on, I'm free. Call. Yeah, ready. Or he will call me. I think I've not seen anybody is taking so much of initiative for the students.
Yeah,
And
that's
he writes so many things. He spends so many hours on helping others, and lots of things.
and
So,
it's not easy to get the kind of instructions which Villas gives. No, it is not there in any books. It is not there. You keep on searching in internet or anywhere, you will not get those kind of
no.
practical tips
Yeah.
which comes. It is
He's saying
always
that
closely
with a lot of
guarded. I felt it is not out in the open. So, yeah, I
no.
think it's true.
Yeah, he's saying with a lot of ease, So it is not that he's studying or anything and saying. And anything, see now, just I asked Vedanas and Chetana also, that order and everything is so clear to him. I have to again go back and look after maybe a few days.
Yeah.
I'll forget that order.
That is what experience is a difference, right? Intellectual
Yeah.
knowledge versus experience, the real experience. Then you don't need anything; it will just automatically come.
Yeah. Thank you, Vilashi, for helping us.
No worries, always. You see, one life I have, the more the people I help or do something, I feel really I've served the purpose of this life. That's how I
Yeah.
take it. Doesn't matter to me whether somebody is spiritually advanced or not advanced. As long as I'm with that person and making him feel comfortable, that's all I would like to have.
Yeah. You're so dedicated in that.
Yep. So that's the reason I don't go serious. I always animate. Okay, then good day, and then we meet on Monday. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Bye. Bye.
Thank